Long before time had a name, the first Spinjitzu master created Ninjago.
Os!
Hi people, something just interrupted my inner peace. How long it's been and I haven't made any Lego MOC. So after that time, I figured to create something special, like push my builder skills a bit further this time. So I built the most illegal techniques as I could. Seriously, if this won't take me to jail, then I don't know what will do. Well, I mean just my metaphor. I think we can call this an intro. To put this build into context, I'm watching a Netflix series called Cobra Kai. That's right, I'm a karate boy now. So one of the biggest events for me has been releasing the season 5, which probably dropped a while ago when I upload this, but whatever, I never make videos on time. For this build, I took inspiration specifically from Miyagi-Do karate and went back to its root, to Okinawa. What I tried to do for the first time was filming throughout the process of building. So along the way, I'm gonna show you some of my baby steps that gave me a helping hand starting. So how do I begin? The most logical thing at this point would be to make a foundation. But first I made a roof for some reason. It didn't take long until I realized this isn't the way and that I should work something out. And right there comes the black border technique. Planning a certain shape or a frame before you start building is great because it'll eventually make everyone focus more on the stuff that's inside it, meaning your build. It's not as effective at catching attention as the Subway Surfers gameplay, but see what I mean? It appears kinda like a void in the Minecraft end, which both adds a mysterious environment that makes the bunch of bricks stand out even more. It's time to take the next step, and what is that gonna be is life as nature, specifically rocks. Some of you may have seen my Star Wars video back in 2021, it was right when I first mentioned the rock work. If we talk Lego, this term describes building custom stone without using pre-made large pieces like you see here. Get ready because this will end up so non-Lego-ish, so full of Lego building techniques. On the next day, I threw myself into scheduling. So there's where I put the rock, what occupies about half the space. In this corner, I placed such common pieces primarily. They are slopes, plates and tiles that are being connected by hinges and snarl bricks. And I always found a way to put these sleeves into place. I posted the result on Instagram that day and we closed the day 1. Yet some pieces I left there without any connection are pretty fragile. By the end of the week I got through the most of the work and little did I know how difficult it's gonna be in a while. What the build desperately needs is to fill the inside, so it won't be hollow and won't break so easily. Firstly, I needed to fill the huge inner gap and plus make the setup for a grass layer that I'll be taking care of soon. Now what am I gonna do is cover up the surface by grass. I chose the color light green and it's the time to switch to the leaf pieces as well. Right now I cannot slow down cause I've already done so much with the rocks, the level of detail has to keep up. That's why I let my fantasy run wild all the way through. I started up here building variable texture. As you can see there is not only one platform, rather than that I'd separate the plates and give them many interesting angles. Working my way further, I developed unconscious karate techniques, and of course the building ones. For example, on one short pole that by itself does not take up much space, I was able to clip 5 1x2 plates in total. How much this trick helped me. It's hard to notice, however right next to that they kept place these 2 pieces. The more important is again the 1x2 plate, but with this kind of hook. And then I picked the Lego telescope, but you can use whatever piece which has a bar hole in it. I never used this sort of thing, and I wonder why, as this is a way to quickly turn upside down and show the texture that's underneath the bricks. Coming down to the lowlands. There it has no need to be down to such minute details, which is a reason I was okay with leaving those exposed studs behind. Despite that, I still continued to build rocks along the edge, and I intentionally saved a small blank section so I could try out this new technique that popped into my mind. The idea is about taking a sideways studs piece. It could be a regular 1x1 brick or possibly a bracket. Then I placed a 1x1 frosted brick on it as it fit just right and some outer layers so it's covered, and the result gives a nice slanted texture. I'd sum it up like so. I tried to follow the Japanese type of landscape. You could tell by the rock and light green grass surface. I almost felt like I'm in Okinawa, right where the Mr. Miyagi was born. When we were at Mr. Miyagi, my favorite wisdom he said to his student Daniel is,
Daniel-san, this bonsai have strong root. Same you. This tree now choose how it to grow. So must you choose how you grow.
You probably got what he meant by that in the film. However, choosing your own way to grow, besides karate, also can apply when building Lego. So I took his words to heart and built a bonsai. These trees are a symbol of harmony, balance and patience. From the time I spent here carrying it out this Lego form of a tree, I can confirm that patience is in order. This is a pretty advanced technique, and thus it took me an incomparable amount of time with regard to other aspects of the display. I went ahead with this small window frame and set it in and secured it from both sides. Then using the zipline rubber band, I was able to create like a spiral that was meant to support the tree and restrain where the magic will be happening. By magic, I mean stacking all the bars in, which with a bit of luck and sense for balance creates an illusion of a trunk, which is what we need. This was already something to work with, but it took time and it fell a few times, so I figured to hold the bars with these satchel parts, and I finally succeeded to make the whole thing properly stand. To finish it off, I naturally added some leaves, using 2 certain pieces for each connection, and these little pinky frogs that I had to find a use for since I got so many of them in the box. For the effect that leaves fall off, I thought about spreading the pink pieces around the area, which also made a helpful contrast with the green color. You could find a few pieces actually used today that are from the 2021 bonsai set. But with that, our gardening ends. And now it is the time to focus on things that really resemble Japan and in quotes scream to you the theme of today's video, which is karate. So put your geese on, we'll be right back. After I tell you what's been updated on my Instagram. As a video creator who uploads 1 video annually and Lego builder all at once, I see myself quite frequently building stuff that don't even make it to their separate videos. Because of that, I take advantage of it and use Instagram to show some sneak peek photos of them to you guys. So if you're somehow interested in what I built and want to see more, go to that link in the description or scan the QR code. Now the task is to figure out how we fill this remaining valley. And what better to express karate than with a dojo? Obviously for the limited space it can be a fully equipped dojo, however 6x6 studs will do just okay. Alright, let's get to finish building this. I started by strengthening the base up to 3 plates, which is a 1 brick height. The top is styled in a nougat brown and there's a mat, which I don't know what it means, it seems like kata, but kata isn't karate, it's dancing! Just kidding. The foundation then had to be connected. I managed to create a total of 4 legs, 2 are for aesthetic purpose and 2 are actually supporting, while 1 even protrudes from the display. I used the modified stuff to perform that. Moving up higher, I constructed a wall, starting from a simple 1x2 bracket, which I then combined with a particular snod brick thingy. There was enough to make a solid foundation, but I continued with the inner wooden facade and external separately, on top of which belonged another snod brick construction, therefore the rest of the wall is attached to its side studs. Not only that, as I also carried out a few final touches, and even the additional Japanese scroll. Rule number 1.
Karate for defense only.
Lastly, I pulled out the famous roof. Finally. I'm glad I found a use for it, cause it's been lying on my table since the April? And I almost forgot for these 2 crucial columns, they keep the roof up and not falling. Now that we have shown off how it was built, I wanna show from what it was built. So let's summarize the most unexpected parts usage in this MOC. Quick terminology here, NPU, which stands for nice parts usage, is taking an unusual and seemingly single-use Lego element and cleverly incorporating it into something else. And then MOC, meaning my own creation, that I assume you already know. We indeed shall kick it off with the Minecraft one. That's right, the squared sword is there partly hidden in the rocks. What convinced me of the choice was, I guess, the color, which is same and blends in with the rocks. Next one is similarly to the previous a hand weapon. It's like a fist armor, but in here it holds one of the branches of the tree. Besides, I think it looks pretty wooden-like. I am bringing back the pink frogs. Actually not just pink, you can find a brown one too. Honestly, I don't know what's the Lego's obsession with frog models, like they produce them in so much sets with no context. But that just out of curiosity, I don't mind really. The last but still one of my favorite pieces at the moment, which I funny enough didn't know the name of. I found they call it like the animal tail, although it's probably more used as a root, due to its unusual curvature, but the piece itself has a pile of uses. In my case, I applied it in roof decorating and thanks to that captured more details and made it an honorable design that I'm kinda proud of. And by that, those were the NPU mentions. It goes without saying that there needs to be a karate student. And since my original minifigure is inspired of Karate Kid, I just gave it a torso and a black belt. I also played around with some positioning of the figure, like you guys gotta know this move. Man can't see, he can fight, am I right? One last thing, I've been practicing Shotokan karate for more than a year now and I'm an official yellow belt, so I just thought of making this martial art episode. It was fun creating, but it took some time for me to motivate myself into it. For that I truly apologize. As I always say, follow the Instagram for the fresh news from my channel, like and subscribe, arigatou gozaimasu, and see you in the next one.